I don't know if I can define kindness. It should come naturally, though. I do a lot of things that I don't necessarily feel the need to discuss. When you see a situation in the need of some help, it's not an out-of-the-pocket expense typically, and I think these small gestures go a long way. And so, you know, if something needs to get done, I don't think it's a matter of who's going to do it as long as someone gets around to doing it, and hopefully in a timely enough manner where it's helpful. But I don't really have a definition of kindness. I really don't, I'm sorry. My name is David Villorente. I'm probably better known by my graffiti name, Chino BYI, and I've lived in this neighborhood for the last 15 years. So back in 2011, I was working on a handful of projects. One of them was the Love Letter to Brooklyn project with artist Stephen Powers, Espo. And while I was working on these projects, my dog of 13 years was also living with cancer. My dog Penny. Sadly, she succumbed to the cancer and passed. And I think I was in a bit of a fragile state, losing my best friend. And a couple of months after her passing, I read a story about a sick little boy in Park Slope. The boy's name was Aiden Seeger. And as a small world might have it, my good friend Jenny was really upset. And I said, "What's the matter?" And she told me that the boy that she was taking care of was sick. And he had this very rare cancerous disorder called ALD. And that's what the drive was for. And I said, "Wait, you know this boy?" I've been thinking about him the last 48 hours. So she said that Shepard Ferry, Obey, had put a wheat paste on the outside of his dad's business and that he was a big fan of graffiti. So I thought to myself, while I've got this open line of communication with all of these amazing artists, why don't I have them contribute art just to, hopefully just at the end of the day, put a smile on his face. And so I started collecting art, and I sent this big blanket email out to all of my friends around the world. And in no time, we started getting art from Croatia and from Amsterdam and from Los Angeles, and tons of stuff locally, and guys painting things in Naples, Italy for him. And we had this amazing collection of art. And while working on the Brooklyn Love Letter project, I told Steve about what was going on, and we included Aiden in the mural. So there's, on the corner of Coit and Livingston, it says, "Aiden Seeger is here," and there's an arrow pointing to the corner. And then there's a quote on the wall that says, "Life is a fight for life," which was inspired by Aiden as well. And I kept tabs on his daily progress through a Facebook page called Aiden Has a Posse. And I believe on his 7th birthday, he had successfully received some organs, and he was all donor cells at the time. Sadly, post-surgery, he had slipped into a vegetable-like state, which is called press. He didn't make it. I think that discussing it today will help draw awareness to this. And his mother, Elise, has fought diligently to have a bill passed in his name, so all newborns are screened for this disease, which, if it's caught in time, will save lives. So it's a tremendous campaign. There's the Aiden Seeger Foundation right now. Indian Larry does annual drives and charity events in his name. They host a block party in Williamsburg annually in front of Indian Larry's. And I'm just happy to have played a role in putting a smile on this young man's face during his time here, during a very difficult time. And you know, that was where the reward was for me.
Brooklyn is a man named Chino, who finds comfort in black hoodies and leans against the wall with his picture time. He is 15 years deep into his current address, the rest of his life deep into all of the rest. He is no sleep till Brooklyn like. He lost his best friend to cancer like the Beastie Boys, Brooklyn like. Personal tragedy won't turn him too far inward to not do the right thing like a Spike Lee movie, Brooklyn like. Pony sneakers thrown over a telephone wire at the LB Square Mall before they tore it down. He is homegrown vintage Brooklyn, New York City, accented all the way down to the street art. Fluent in both fat marker and Krylon spray can rattle to the untrained eye. He is a neighborhood full of vandal crime that needs to be gentrified marketable. To the trained eye, He is human being touched by human beings, being human every day of his life. So he lives his life like life is a fight for life with no vital organ donors in your corner, because he knows that kindness cannot be defined as well as it can be displayed. So he moves like an anonymous gesture of goodwill enough to extend blood, sweat, and art form over oceans, because a dying first grader in Park Slope, might need to become a mural, might need to become a block party, might need to become anything we call immortal in New York City, a place known for traffic jam anxiety and concrete heartbeat and sewer rat hustle game. There is a man who writes himself into a walls like a self-addressed love letter to Brooklyn, because he knows he has to, because he knows he has to, because he knows he has to spread love. It's the Brooklyn way.